Edinburgh, second largest city in and capital of Scotland. A city steeped in history, culture and myth. It's welcoming and friendly to all, so welcoming in fact that people from Glasgow call it England. Hello, I'm Tactical Pascal, welcome to the channel. I hope this finds you all safe and well. In this video, we're going to take a helicopter tour of the capital of my country, the mighty Scotland. A country full of noble people, fierce warriors, and a country so mad we've got a mythical beast as our national animal. We start our tour at Edinburgh International Airport, or Edinburgh Airport as we call it. Now from the moment you arrive in Edinburgh you can smell the whiskey and shortbread and hear the wildlife. The honking of the seagulls, the unmistakable click 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 of the Japanese tourist cameras, and the mating calls of the lesser spotted haggis, or maybe that's just the bagpipes. The city is represented in Flight Sim using the Black Shark AI. Now, there are some buildings that are close to the real life counterparts, things that have been done correctly, such as Scottish Parliament and the Castle, but there's some that leave a little bit to be desired, like the Scott Monument. I mean, there's a shadow there, but it's not a shed. The Scott Monument in Edinburgh is one of the most iconic buildings in the city, and it's not dedicated to all us mighty Scots, it's actually dedicated to Sir Walter Scott, the writer, and it stands in Princes Street near Waverley train station, which is named after Scott's Waverley novels. Now, Scott is not the only famous author to come from Edinburgh. Creators of fictional masterpieces that also hail from the city are Robert Louis Stevenson, Irvine Welsh, Arthur Conan Doyle, and of course Tony Blair. That's right, Tony, we remember the weapons of mass destruction debacle. I didn't know Sir Tony was born in Edinburgh, but hey, he is. And also the beloved wee wizard himself, Harry Potter, was also brought to life in a small cafe in Edinburgh by J.K. Rowling. Now, no trip to Edinburgh will be complete without going to the castle, which sits upon a volcanic plug of a long extinct volcano and can be seen for miles around. The Castle Rock, which it stands, is estimated to have formed about 350 million years ago. The volcanic pipe cooled and formed hard dolerite, which is a coarse grain kind of basalt rock. Inside the castle you'll find lots of historical stuff, but one of the coolest things is the enormous Mons Meg, a medieval bombard cannon that fired 20-inch cannonballs that weighed 175 kilos, or, if you prefer, 2 pascals. Now, Mons Meg is no longer in use, however, every day the 1 o'clock gun sounds. Ships in the Firth of Forth, where the iconic rail bridge crosses, used to set their maritime clocks by the 1 o'clock gun, and it happens every single day except Sunday, Good Friday, and Christmas Day. The original gun was a 64 pounder, but since 2001 it's been a 105mm field gun, and in Edinburgh you'll notice just after 1 o'clock by the faint smell that wafts around the city after tourists get a fright when the 1 o'clock gun goes off. In the entrance courtyard or entranceway to the castle, it's a large cobbled area, and every year they hold the Royal Military Tattoo. If you do get a chance to go, I highly recommend it. It is phenomenal. Now, walking down from the castle is Cobble Street of the Royal Mile. Now that's a place buzzing with street artists and performers, especially when the world famous Fringe Festival's on. And it was there that I was made to join a street performer's act, helping him into a straitjacket and then helping him up onto a table by his buttocks. All the while being referred to by him as Big Daddy, a nickname which unfortunately didn't stick. I mean, other people, including my family, thought it was quite funny. I thought that was a cool nickname, and I'm gutted it didn't stick, to be honest. But yeah, the Royal Mile. First time I put my hand in another man's butt cheek. I say first time, only time. I mean only time. Edinburgh, when you're walking around, is quite a hilly city. It's a good workout for your legs and your ears because there's pipers everywhere and people screaming and fighting to get pictures with them. But walking around Edinburgh is very hilly, so if you do go, get a sweat. You'll get a sweat on. Continuing that hilly theme, just to the east of the city is Arthur's Seat, another ancient extinct volcano. It got its name, well, it's disputed why it's got its name. Some say it derives from legends of King Arthur and Camelot. Some say it's a corruption of Ard na Sed, or Height of Arrows. No, I don't speak Gaelic, so that in itself is probably a corruption of those words. Hiking to the top of Arthur's Seat takes about 2 hours, but it does offer breathtaking views across the entire city. Sitting at the base, well, pretty much the base of Arthur's Seat and down the end of the Royal Mile, is a place where the royal family have their strong ties to Edinburgh, well, one of the places, and it's Holyrood House. Holyrood House is the official residence of the British monarch when they are in Scotland. Well, that's when they're not up at Balmoral hunting grouse, pheasant and running people over in their cars. A short trip out of the city towards the coast and you'll find the port of Leith, and that's where the floating museum, which is the Royal Yacht Britannia, sits. Now in the game it's just a photograph and it's actually under the water, so it looks a bit naff, but if you get to go to Edinburgh, the Royal Yacht Britannia is absolutely brilliant to go and look at. It's really cool. You can walk on board and find a bit all the history and stuff of the Royal Yacht. It's a really cool place to visit. I will say that while Flight Sim doesn't represent the city as it's not photogrammetry, it does give you a good idea of how the city looks. It's busy, it's cramped, there's buildings set on steep hills and hard terrain, and flying over it, you know, well certainly I know that I'm over Edinburgh because of the way it looks and feels. You can buy Edinburgh Airport as well as a separate payware handcrafted addition to the game, and that itself looks fantastic. It's even got the little Spitfire Mark 1, the City of Edinburgh Spitfire, dedicated to the brave airmen that fought during the Second World War. Now that sits at the airport, it's all handcrafted, it's all modelled in, the car parks, the welcome to Edinburgh sign on the side of the airport and everything. It's all there and it looks great. If you are going to start flying around Scotland and stuff, Edinburgh is a good place to start off. It's a nice enough area, as you can see in the screens below. And it's also got the Firth of Forth, where you can just cross to the Highlands. So you cross the Firth of Forth and that's you heading north towards the Highlands. The road and rail bridges are there. I mean, the iconic rail bridge, that red girdered structure, made in Scotland from girders, as the Iron Brew advert would have you believe. It looks fantastic. The entire site itself, although not photogrammetry, there are some buildings that are correct. There are some that are completely make-believe by the Black Shark AI. But like I said earlier, it does look good, and there are connections from Edinburgh to most places in the UK. You're never too far away from anything when you're in Edinburgh. And I grew up about 15-20 minutes away on the train from Edinburgh. It's a cool city, and Flight Sim does a good enough job, I'd say, of representing it in the sim. I'm going to be doing some more scenic flights and tours, flying the trusty H145 around the place. And I'll be doing more tutorials and stuff as well, so DCS content, Flight Sim content, and a load of other stuff anyway. If you haven't already, click the like and subscribe button for behind the scenes content and the chance to be my wingman or just come and have a chat, or just buy me a coffee. Click on the Patreon link. I'll include all those links in the description below to how you can get in touch or how you can stalk me on Twitter and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm off to find more cities to fly around. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, Tactical Pascal, out.